name is Miko Derisevic. I'm from Montague Township School, and we are fully remote.
My name is Xavier Morales, and I attend Lafayette School, and I reside in Lafayette.
My name is Angus Schmidt. I go to Sussex Middle School. I live in Wantage, and we are on a hybrid schedule, although I am virtual.
I'm Kendra Quinn. I go to Ogdensburg School. I live in Lafayette, and we are on a hybrid schedule.
I'd say time management has been the hardest thing for me. I'd say school is a very good way to keep track of all your assignments and the way you're doing things. So this has been difficult.
Okay, so the hardest thing for me is probably that because the teachers aren't in their usual teaching environment most of the time, they're showing a lot of videos. And for me, videos are not how I learn the best. So I'm having a little bit of trouble with quizzes and tests because of that. So, but I'm adjusting and it's all different. So that's what I'm struggling with.
My biggest struggle with this school year is the communication level with my teachers. Because being online, fully remote, communicating over the computer is a little bit harder than, say, being in person. So that's something I had to get over.
I see my grandparents and wearing masks because it bothers me.
So I think something that's been positive out of this is that you can, like during a lesson, if you don't understand something, you can private message your teachers instead of interrupting the whole class. And they can do this, like your other students can do this as well. So it's kind of like back and forth, like you're not being interrupted and you're not interrupting anyone else. So I think it's very helpful in that way.
I have more time to do my hobbies, and I spend more time with my family at home.
For me is being able to stay in a comfortable environment when I'm learning or when I'm being taught.
A positive that came out of being remote and from this school year would be my communication level, even though it was something that was harder for me. Now being able to do it over the computer has really been able for me to be able to carry out in person as well. So communication is much easier now.
Lots of them think it's easier. Some of them think it's harder. I think it's much easier, but it's half and half.
I'd say most of my classmates are doing very well. I think it's very good how they're all adapting and doing great for the system, and I think it's mainly positive.
I believe that my classmates have been doing well, adapting to this new change, and since we've been able to go back in person, I think it's been a lot easier for them now, since they have to being able to learn over a more remote learning style. Now being in person has really been able for them to move on and be better students.
I would agree as well, because I think for some people it's obviously different. Like some people prefer working at home, some people prefer in school. And I think, like I said, for everyone it's really different, but I can see that some students are doing better than they have in previous years. And I think that's something good that's come out of this as well. So, yeah. Okay. My algebra teacher, Mrs. Reese, she has her priorities straight. She knows what she wants, and it's really helpful, especially because it is harder to communicate sometimes with this virtual half in school situation. But she knows what she wants, and it really helps us to know what we need to get done and when we need to get it done. So yeah, I would say Mrs. Reese.
Teacher that really stood out to me was my social studies teacher, Mr. Ragon. Mr. Ragon has stood out to me because throughout seventh and eighth grade, his teaching style and the way he hands out assignments it requires good communication and 100% effort. So even if he put in effort, he always pushes his students to give more. So that's why I feel like moving on, he's going to really help me in high school and in later life because of the hard working he's been teaching the students.
His name is Mr. Ferrier, and he's my math teacher, and he's really good because he makes math fun, and he makes it easy to understand.
My social studies teacher, Mrs. Potts, has been really good during this time. She's straight to the point and she understands how to work, but she's also understanding and knows that this is a hard time for everyone. So she's overall the biggest standout to me.
Hard worker, and I work better alone.
I think I want my teachers to know that I want to be involved in a lot of things. I want to be involved in a lot of different things, that I don't just want to focus on one thing, that I really want to broaden my horizons.
I would say that I would want my teachers to know that I want to try different kinds of like assignments. So obviously, like I said, right now, a lot of it is mainly videos. And I learn better with like hands-on projects like posters or creating slideshows and stuff. And I think that's an important part of learning. So I would say that it's mine.
One thing that I would like my teachers to know is that developing a strong relationship with a teacher is something that I think is important to me, because the communication level with the teacher and the student then becomes better, and doing assignments becomes easier. So that's one thing that I think can affect my grade more on the positive side.
I want to do good in high school. I want to be able to get into a good four-year college. It doesn't have to be Ivy League or anything, but I think I'd want to major in psychiatry or really anything math related. And I want to be happy in the position I'm in.
Right now, my goals for the future are mainly just to graduate from a decent college and probably become a teacher and learn how to like successfully manage my money in the future. So
I want to become an engineer and construct either a bridge, skyscraper, or a car, something like that. And one day I want to become an NBA player.
A couple of my future goals would be to pursue a career in architecture, even though I don't know the specific area in architecture I like to pursue, as well as major in a degree in business, and hopefully one day combine the two and start an architect business.